magazine on the other. And the magazine said something a little contrary to the Bible. Which would she choose? And she said the Bible, and she was disfellowshipped for that.
John,
what does the word mean to be disfellowshipped?
That means that you are completely taken out of the organization and no one speaks to you, and you are just dead, spiritually dead. Dismembered, yes. Excommunicated is a good word.
You're not allowed to have fellowship with any one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they are not allowed to have fellowship with you. Eating with you, come into your home, even speak to you and say hello if they should meet you on the street.
And this includes families.
You become a dead person.
So let me get this straight now. So through the Watchtower magazine, they're making the claims that they are the only organization that gives the true word from God, all right?
That's right.
Now, that comes from where? The Watchtower magazine.
It's really edited by the president of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Who is now?
Fred W. Franz. Freddie Franz.
All right. And he gives it out completely, or are there a group of editors?
Yes, there's a group of editors, but they have to agree with Freddie Franz, who talks to angels. He's been talking to angels since about 1920.
Where does he say that?
He says it in Watchtower magazines, he says it in Watchtower publications, and prior to Freddie, it was Judge Rutherford, who was never a judge. He also claimed to talk to angels, and so did Charles Taze Russell. Now, this is a typical sign of all the prophets who are in existence on earth today and who have been in our generation, who all speak to God.
So the president is actually considered to be the prophet right now, the spokesman for God through that organization, and the believers down below must follow that line.
He has established a scapegoat prophet in that he says that all the Jehovah's Witnesses who are part of 144,000, the remnant of the 144,000, are this prophet. But this group has never gotten together at any place to vote on any prophecy.
And not only that, I was a part of that group, and because I expressed myself that I didn't agree with some of those, in fact there was quite a few of us that didn't agree, we were disfellowshipped. So if we were part of it, why didn't we have the opportunity to express ourselves?
Did you ever come up with any prophecies?
No, just that they're wrong.
So these people who are part of the 144,000 have no voice.
That's right.
In fact, should they express their voice, they would be dismembered from an organization that has no members.
That's right. That's the claim. There's no membership.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else did the Jehovah's Witnesses claim?
Jehovah's Witnesses claim that there is only one right religion. Now, this is a photograph of the Watchtower, February 15th, 1955. It says there is only one right religion, and that religion is the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses.
What if somebody doesn't belong to the Watchtower Society or the Kingdom Hall?
Well, they're part of the devil's organization.
That's right.
All of the pastors, all of the ministers, all of your Bible schools are all an abomination in the sight of God.
And
what is going to happen to all the people that are not a part of the Watchtower Society?
They are going to be exterminated.
Destroyed at
October 1st, 1975.
But that's past, and we're all sitting here.
They
so
made
now,
a mistake.
They made a mistake.
Where does it say that?
In the
March, April, Watchtower.
August 15th, 1968 Watchtower, it tells all Jehovah's Witnesses, now this is 1968, they're telling all Jehovah's Witnesses to look forward to 1975. But they also told them to look forward to 1874, 1879, 1881, 1914, 1918, 1925, and now they have that new disease called loss of memory. They can't remember ever saying anything about any date for Jesus to come. And here it is in their publication.
What did they say was going to happen in 1975?
That the earth would be exfumigated of everybody
And
other than Jehovah's Witnesses. So you must get into the ark with Noah and all the animals before 1975.
Into the organization.
Yeah, it was chronology that they arrived at that date. They claimed that mankind will only be upon this earth for 6,000 years. There has to be a 7,000-year period in which the 1,000-year reign of Christ has to come. So they said that 1975, October 1st, would be the end of 6,000 years of man's existence. So according to their own chronology, Armageddon should have come before that so that the millennium could begin then. And
Mr. Franz apologized for 1975 because a lot of people sold their homes, ran up their master charge, and cashed in their life insurance policies because they wouldn't need anything, and they'd just like to leave a bill for 1976.
Okay.
He has come up with a new date, however, in the last graduating class of Gilead. Gilead is their missionaries that they send out every 6 months, and he intimated several times that the world is going to end prior to 1988.
Okay. Now, Bill, why don't you tell the folks what your position has been in the Jehovah's Witnesses?
I was born at a very early age to two Jehovah's
to be
Witnesses.
close to your mother.
Yes.
All right.
And I grew up through the organization, starting out with short pants, knocking on people's homes and asking them, do they have an immortal soul? One lady said, what? I said, do you have an immortal soul? She says, she didn't know for sure, and I told her that she didn't have an immortal soul, and she says, oh, yes, I do. Well, I said, Ezekiel 18:4 says you don't have an immortal soul. Well, as I grew up through high school and finished high school by refusing to salute the flag, refusing to eat anything cooked in aluminum pots, refusing to get married, refusing to smoke, chew tobacco, or get drunk,
Or celebrate Christmas or
celebrate
birthdays.
Christmas or Easter, not allowed to vote, serve on a jury duty. When I was 17 years old, I was invited by the president of Jehovah's Witnesses to work in God's visible theocratic organization, which to the Watchtower is the secret place. In Matthew 24:24, Jesus says that these false prophets will have a secret place. That means that they're going to be able to go to a place so that they could talk to angels to get information, superhuman information. And then 1950 is when I entered the secret place, which is 124 Columbia Heights, Brooklyn, New York. No secret anymore.
And how long were you there?
8.5 years. My first job was washing dishes. The second one on the next day was being a waiter, handing food to the president of Jehovah's Witnesses, to the legal counsel, making hot coffee.